Hey guys, Steve here. Welcome to learn how to start flipping houses. Today we're going to be going over Podio and lead management. Podio is what I use for a CRM, and I'm going to create a brand new workspace today that's designed to take in seller leads. Okay, so this is what same kind of workspace that I use for all my markets. I'm just going to be walking you through how to start a new one here. As you notice, I got the script open. So a lot of the fields, the main thing that I always look at with CRM is the flow of the leads. That's the most important, okay? So my main priority is making it easy for the call team, usually is my focus, But the main thing is to make it easy and efficient for the people on the phone to make the calls. Which is me included, right? So I want to make my life easy. And then the second thing is, passing it on to the next step to somebody that's going to go on the appointment or make the next phone call and making that a smooth transition. So the first thing, you just log into your Podio. There's a little top button here. It says go to a workspace. So I'm going to click it. It shows all of my, all my different stuff here. And so I'm just going to click on create a new workspace, okay? We'll call it new virtual market. And I'm just going to kind of create this as a template. There's a new version of what I've been doing. Open to everybody who joins. Yeah, automatically join. Okay. So I'm just going to click create and invite after I select the name. Hey, Victor, good to see you. And so I'm add my coworkers to a new virtual market. So right now, it's just me. And I think I'm already in there, so I don't need to add myself, right? Okay, so I'll just X out of that. I don't need that yet. So the first thing we want to do is we want to add an app. Okay, without the app, you don't have anything. So this is going to be where we're going to store all of our seller leads and manage all of our leads. You can use one from the free market, which I've never tried, or you can build your own app. That's what we're going to do. The app name is going to be calling seller leads. Item name, seller. And then you can pick a little icon here too. I mean, there's a people one, right? Since we're, there's a smiley face. That's fun. Instructions for creating a new item. Not so important. Okay, and then just create app. Pretty simple stuff. Okay, so now this is going to be the web form that, most of the stuff that we're, where we're going to be typing the info in, where we're going to be reading information. So this is the different fields that we're going to want, okay? So the first thing that I want is I want first name. I want last name. I want a call summary. This is to make it easy on the people, easy for whoever the lead's handed off to, right? I mean, obviously, if you took the initial call, you got an idea of what's going on. But this is like, the way I explain this to someone on the phone is it's like a one-line quick pitch on why it's a good lead and why they should take priority on it and make an effort to move it forward, right? So stuff like, vacant, free and clear, inherited, like why is this a good lead and why should we call it, okay? We also got to change all these things to single line just to make it clean. Just click on the little A there, single lines already, okay. Then we're going to start, I want to know what kind of lead it is. Lead type. Okay, so this is a category now. So I click category and drag it over. And then I'm going to start putting in the fields. So homeowner, agent, broker, cash buyer, wholesaler. friend or family. So not the DM, but not like a professional, right? I think that should be good. What kind of settings do we have? Single choice, multiple choice. So this option right here, it'll only let you select one thing. But in this case, you know, somebody could be multiple things. They could be a cash buyer and friend family of the owner. They could be a wholesaler. They could be an agent who also has a home, like that lead that Toya locked up recently. You know, it was an agent, but then we also found out, oh, it's also the homeowner as well, which is a good thing. So I'm going to leave that as multiple choice. What are we going to want next? What team took the call? That's a good one. So this is how I make sure if I have multiple people, what team took the call. So I like this just to make sure, so, you know, so I have teams. Mine's always Team Clutch. Team FRL. Solutions. And I'll just put in some other ones too. So if I add somebody new into the workspace, it's already built in. They can just pick one of the existing team names. So this, yeah. So some of these are actual team names that I have on the phone, and other ones are just generic that somebody else could use in the space. But basically, the way that'll work is they'll actually click. You know, so anytime I call a lead, I'm going to mark it with my team name, and then you know, we know who to give credit for the pre-screening or who's working the lead. Right, so we don't call each other's leads as well. Okay, so we got that. Phone number. Okay, I think we're going to put phone number above these. Let's put phone number. Primary phone. One line. Secondary phone. Oh, here we go. Hello, this is Steve.
Hey, what up, man? It's me, just checking in, seeing how things are going.
Oh, nice. Well, we're on the session. I had to edit yesterday's session, so it's rendering in the background. You know, so I'm doing an overview of Podio right now, and then I'm probably going to hop on the noon session and maybe do YouTube or something.
Okay, we don't have a noon session today, just so you know.
Oh, okay. You mentioned I might jump on, but it's you canceled it then, so everybody knows. Nobody's going to be on it.
I'm pretty sure I changed it in GoToWebinar. I can check it when I'm back in about 20 minutes when I'm at a Starbucks for internet. Don't let me keep you. If I can't talk to you by 12, I'll call you at about 1 or 2 o'clock. I just wanted to check on the welcome email campaign and if we're calling those wholesalers yet. Because Rich says he's bored, so we can stack his deck right now.
All right, yeah, I handed him some new stuff yesterday. I'll give him that list right now, or after I'm done with the session.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a little ninja thing or something we're working on. You know, one of the areas that Guild is just looking to buy out, we're looking to buy and rehab, we're looking to find other wholesalers. I mean, you know, like even some of you on the session, we've met as local wholesalers in, you know, where we live. So it's in another market, and so we had the VAs just kind of go on the internet and scraping like we buy houses. You know, people that are representing themselves as cash buyers who are most likely wholesalers, basically, right? So we're going to get a list of like 30 wholesalers, and we're just going to call them and see if they can feed us deals, which will be really cool. Well, I'll let you guys know how that turns out, too. Oh, this is my 90% rendered on my video. Okay, so we got the team name. Let me pull up my example I'm using here. It's so slow. And then let's see. Let's go to email. We're going to add email as well. One of the things to keep in mind that I've seen as a common mistake, or at least the way that I use Podio, is just too much stuff, too many fields. And then what happens is it's really difficult for the person on the phone to scroll up and down and enter the info. If you're like searching for it, right? Do we have email? No, we need, so let's add email. Best email. Make that a one line. One line. It'll be really easy for us to check this later, but it's easy to do it on email, phone number. Okay, and then let's also get, let's also add the lead source. Lead type. Call summary. Put it in here, lead source. And you can always add more too. So if you only have a couple, so we can put Craigslist, for sale by owner, meaning other for sale by owner sites, yellow letter, postcard. You can track your stats, right? Like how many calls came in, what's going on. So you want to, I would differentiate between yellow letters and postcards if you're doing different types of direct mail. PPC, right? That's good for now. Call summary. This is single choice. Okay, perfect. And then let's start getting the information from the calls. Okay. So the way that I'm going to do, so this is the initial stuff, but now it's going to, I want it to mirror, I want the Podio app to mirror the script. Okay. The reason that is make it easy for the person on the phone, for myself, to make the call, ask the question, and put it in. One of the nice things about having a script in front of you when you're making calls is if you get lost in the conversation or you forget what your next question is, you can look at it and you can look at the script, see where you are, and see what the next step is to move the conversation forward. So we can put that feature into our Podio, right, by putting all the fields in the same order as you're asking the questions. Because then you just got to look down to the next box, and that's your next question, right? So we're going to find out. We want to find out beds. I like if you can make it so you can click on. It makes it really easy. So we can enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can just do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beds. This is one of the new things I'm adding that I don't have in mind right now. If you can make it so you can just click the button instead of type, it's faster. Beds, baths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Multiple choice, so we can put a range in, like 2 to 3. Okay, beds, baths, square footage can be a single line. Okay. Square footage. Property type. Single family home, townhome, condo, apartment building, commercial, mobile home / manufactured, vacant land, or just put land, townhome, condo, apartment building, commercial, mobile home, manufactured. That should be good. This is the new feature too, repairs. And Bill, I always forget, Bill has this really good system on how to estimate repairs. So it would be good just to have that in here. We'll make it text. Repairs. I'm going to make this multi-line because I want the info. More info is better. Okay, so let's check the guide conversation. So how many beds, baths, single family, what kind of property type it is, how's the condition. Okay. So now the next one is going to be why, oh, what happened? I changed my font size or something? Why selling? Sounds like a nice property. Why even you like to sell it? Occupancy is the next one. So we'll use a category for this so we can make it multiple choice. Occupancy. Owner occupied, right? Owner, tenant, vacant, friend, family, temporary. How soon would you like to sell the property? I'm going to, actually, you know what? I'm going to make this, did I make it a category? I did. As soon as possible, within 30 days, within a year. Doesn't matter. And I always put a note section too on something like this. So I mean, anything that's not doesn't have a field or they don't have a place to put the info, they can just put it in the notes. And it can be seen there or in the comments of Podio, right? I can make that multiple, I guess. It might happen. How soon would you like to sell the property? How much do you think the property is worth? Okay. For what? To make it money? What does that give us as far as options? We'll play with it. What is property worth? How did you arrive at that number, right? See, really, we're just going down the script. We can see they just updated Podio too. Some of this stuff's a little easier to use than it used to be. Let's see. How did you arrive at that number? Okay, cash offer. We'll try putting the money there again, and we'll see how that looks. So after we get everything in, we'll see how it looks and see what we want to change. Cash offer, lowest price. Anything owed against the property. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's put a category. Mortgage. Free and clear. I'm experimenting here. Mortgage. And then let's put in, better to get the mortgage amount. It's at the bottom of the page, so I'm not as worried about cluttering it now. And let's do another category for listed, I think. Listed. Exclusive listing. Okay, we'll start with none. Non-exclusive. Exclusive. On MLS, but no agent commissions. Which I kind of heard was BS from the brokers I work with. He said if it's on the MLS, there's agent commissions, but then I know people can put it up, like pay somebody to put it up too. It does seem to be the four things. None. None, just for FSBO. Listed property address. So I usually get that at the end, but I like that to be in the beginning. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to put this at the top. Single line. This map thing, let's play with that. Okay, so we've entered in everything, I think. Oh, no, it's, oh, no, we need to ask them. Put this at the top, too, even way. We put address at the top. Call summary. Strategies. Cash offer. Lease option. Owner finance. Quick term lease. Listing referral. Hotel. Cash offer, lease option, owner finance, quick term. Okay. So I like this. And then let's also put one for lead quality. Hot, warm, cold, do not follow up. Okay, let's try this. So I got everything entered in here. The next step is I'm going to click done. Okay. It's all real simple, like little click, drag, easy stuff. I love the smiley face. Okay, so now we have the Seller Leads app created in our new virtual market workspace. So if I click on the happy face, okay. So you see over here in the right corner, there's a little tool, a little wrench. Click the wrench, and then I want to look at the web form. the web form is how people are going to be looking at it. You can just give them the link. So like I'll give the VA this link. They can enter in the leads without having, not that you just don't need to have access. You can just give the link, and the person doesn't have to have access to the Podio. They can do that. So this is cool. So some of the stuff that I don't like the way it looks on the web form is like the beds and baths. I'd rather it be horizontal, but I'm pretty sure it's going to look like that. Oh, that is going to take forever to open, just because everything's got too much stuff running on the PC right now. Fill-in theme. So the title of the web form, new seller leads, enter new seller leads. Please check for duplicates before entering into system. Name, button text. And then you can also put a success message here. It always puts funny stuff in here. If you had like a quote in there or something. Lead. Just going to put that, I don't know. But you can put something in there. So when somebody enters in a lead, it'll give you a little message like confirmation, yay, it worked. Or you can put something else like, you know, like where's Gil? Gil has like a Napoleon Hill quote on his, which is really cool, right? So you can, if you have a team, you can be putting that kind of stuff in their head when they're submitting leads. Mortgage amount, we want to switch to single line, it looks like. And repairs and why selling. I like single line on pretty much everything. Looks good. So let's go back into, I'm going to leave that page. Oh, I don't know if I saved it. And I want to edit, so I'm going to click on the Seller Leads app. And I'm going to click on the wrench, modify template. Let's see, which ones was it? Repairs. Repairs can be one line. I always go back and forth on that one. No, I don't want to leave. I want to save. No, don't leave. Save. Done. I can go back in. Web form. Okay, so I want to test out. So if you take this link, this is what I would give the VA to enter the lead. Okay, it looks pretty clean. Submit, yeah, so that's okay. All right, and then let's look at it from the viewpoint of somebody working the lead. Okay, let's check that out. So I have new seller lead, add seller. This green button, you can add a lead this way also. Okay, address. First name, last name, primary phone number, best email address. So I can kind of scroll up real quick and get to entering in this info if I need to. Oh, the map. Let me see the map. Oh, wow. Okay, this is really cool. This is what we want. Wow. Okay. This is my hometown. I don't live there anymore, but I used to. So this is nuts, guys. This is crazy stuff. This is new for me in Podio. I've played with the map thing before, but it looks like they updated it. You can type in, because like, yeah, the whole reason I had to edit the video yesterday, so it showed that address I didn't want to show. This one I don't care about because it's not a lead and it's just a house I used to live at. But what you want to be able to do is like type in the beginning of, so you want to be able to typing in what they have and then getting these suggestions. so that you can be like, hey, is there, is there an avenue or is there a street? And you can see those little differences as this pops up. So that's really cool. So let's actually, so we're going to get rid of the address. When I'm doing this, I usually have a little piece of scratch paper or something. So minus address field. We're going to use the map field from now on. This looks good. Lead source. Okay, so this one it should be single use. So you see how when I click it, it declicks the other one, right? Yeah, that's right, Tim. Carnegie, Carnegie OHV, right? Yeah, I love it over there. Strategies. Okay, so we need to change strategies to be a multi-click. Okay, strategies. So remove address, strategies, multi-click, lead quality, single click, lead type, multi, who took the call, yeah, bedrooms is multi, okay, property type, single, add repairs, why selling, okay, I like it, everything looks good. So we got a couple things to change. So let's go back and change those. So I'm going to exit out of here. I don't need to add the seller. We're going to click on the workbench, go back to our template. We're going to remove this field. Man, I'm really excited about that. If you can notice, that map thing is really cool. And strategies we want to be multi-choice. Okay? Now I don't want to leave. Just want strategies to be multi-choice. No. And then I'm going to click Done, save it. So the next thing I want to do is I want to create, okay, so we're gonna create the workflow. I always want in Podio for everything that anybody's ever going to call again. Manage workflows. This is new stuff in Podio. You didn't used to do it like this. So you're going to click on the work. You're going to go inside of your app, your seller lead app. You're going to click the wrench, the work wrench, in that corner there, and then you're going to click on Manage Workflows in the Advanced section. Okay, this is really cool stuff here. So I'm going to create a workflow. I'm going to click the green button. Now I can either have something written in the description, okay, which I haven't played with and I don't have any use for. Okay, so anytime the seller updates something, oh, that's kind of cool. You can get a notification or a task created. This workflow will start when a new seller is created. That's what I want. Anytime a new lead goes into the system, we're going to create a task. That task is going to be initial call, new virtual market. I want them to know what market it is. I want myself to know what market it is. I'm going to have that assigned to whoever's taking the initial call on this campaign, right? The due date is going to be today. I kind of like the time. I'm going to play with this current time thing because I think it'll timestamp it, and then it lets you kind of juggle and know which ones you're. I think it'll help I think it'll help getting turnaround time under 24 hours or maintaining that. That's always like a really big goal we have. Is like how fast can you respond to the leads from when they're entered in the system. 24 hours is standard for us nowadays, but we usually push for under 12 hours or sooner as well. I think this will help. So I'm going to try that, and the name of the task is going to be initial call. Okay. Now, let's say that I'm not the one making the initial call. I have a VA making the initial call, or somebody else that I'm working with, a partner, or I have somebody else that's managing my leads. You know, I always do this for any market that I'm working in. I'm gonna seller create a task. Check. Was called. Make sure lead was called. Okay, so I'm going to assign that to myself, and I'm going to have a due date of tomorrow. Okay, so now I'm checking within 24 hours. I'm going to be looking at this lead and seeing if it was called. Okay. Now there's some situations. Let's say the lead was entered at 9 p.m. Okay. I'm going to have a task set for the next day, but realistically, the guy on the phone is not going to see it till the next day either. You know. So actually, maybe I should set this for next Friday. I would like it for 2 days. I don't want to look at it before they had a chance to call it. Let's put next Friday. Check to see if lead was called. Name your workflow. Check lead. Okay, and we're going to save that. So now we have 2 workflows. This is all you need for now. Okay, so now let's test it. We're going to have the web form. We're going to hit refresh. We're going to get our new web form. So V enters the lead. 619, 663-8108. That's how I like to enter them. Lead source, Craigslist. So that's really it. That's all I need. Number and that. So submit. So that's the VA what the VA did. Thanks for the inquiry. Yeah, I didn't save that update. Okay. So now, if I go to my workspace, when it loads up, see, I'm going to go to the home page. I don't want to pull up my whole task list for everything. I just want to, okay, here we go. Like the home page of the new virtual market. If we click on this, this is kind of like my tasks, new virtual market tasks. So we can click on here to see all the tasks that are in this workspace specifically instead of all the different ones at once, okay? So I'm going to click on my tasks, and I have one that's overdue. Interesting. I don't necessarily want that to show up as overdue. I mean, it was just a minute ago, right? So maybe I'll play with that. So you can see these 2 tasks were automatically created when we submitted the lead in. Make the initial call, and then I make sure the lead was called. So I can click on this little phone number here, and then I can go in, and I will make that call, and I'll fill in the rest of the info. Hit that phone call. I'll click off, initial call. I'm going to check that task off, and I'm going to create a so let's say I got a voicemail, put second attempt, new market. Assign it to myself, and I'll assign it Friday. I would assign it to myself Tuesday, call them at the different times, right? And then I create that task. So now I always have a task assigned to myself today. So later, I have that second one, right? So let's go to the lead. And then we can also see the task here. So that's basically it. That's how you set up Podio in a very simple way. See, this is not a long form. It's very easy to manage, and then you can just have to move the lead through your workflow. But yeah, that's how I do it. That's pretty much all set up and automated. If you guys have any questions, let me know. We'll see about this. Looks like there's not going to be a noon session today. I might. Let's see. Yeah, we'll see. I might open up a session later. Maybe I'll shoot out an email blast or something. I might do a little something later in the evening, but for now, I think that's it for the daily sessions. You guys need leads. Noah, let me know if you want leads. There's a bunch of other stuff that came with the coaching package, so I want to make sure you get everything that you need. Scripts, contracts. If you need. If you want leads, I have FSBO leads in the local markets that we work here. Actually, I think you're really close to us locally. I also have leads in virtual markets that I'm doing business in, and I can just get a Craigslist pull from your local market for you too to get you some leads. But those are included in the package that you got. So just let me know. Shoot me an email where you want your leads, and I'll send those over to you. Steve, I already sent a message to the VA to start pulling your leads for your local market, so I should have those for you early next week, okay? But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. I've been meaning to get this Podio video out, so I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and I hope it's useful for you. Monday we'll be back. Calls on Monday. Direct mail went out yesterday, I believe. So those inbound calls should start hitting Monday or Tuesday. So we've got that on the plate. Then I just got a few calls here. I'm gonna hammer out later today. But yeah, I think that's it. I will get through yesterday's replay up as soon as possible. It's still processing in the background, and I'll get this one up quicker, probably. But thanks, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.